Thank you again for joining us this month for another episode of Connecting Through Stories from New Hampshire Humanities. For detailed lesson plans and activities to go along with this next book, please click the link in the description below. April is National Poetry Month. It is a time to recognize and celebrate the importance of poets and their poetry to our history, our culture, and our everyday lives. That's why I've chosen for you the book For a Girl Becoming by Joy Harjo, the current Poet Laureate of the United States. Here are some questions for you to consider as you read or listen to the story. Who are you? What are your moments of becoming? What are your culture's traditions around childbirth and child raising? How has your ancestry influenced who you are today? For a Girl Becoming by Joy Harjo and illustrated by Mercedes McDonald. The day your spirit came to us, rains came in from the Pacific to bless. Clouds peered over the mountains in response to the singing of medicine plants who danced back and forth in shawls of mist. Your mother labored there, so young in earthly years. Your father and all of us who loved you gathered, where pollen blew throughout the desert house to bless. Horses were running the land, hundreds of them. They accompanied you here to bless. Girl, I wonder what you thought as you paused there in your spirit house before you entered into the breathing world to be with us. Were you longing for us too? Our relatives in that beloved place dressed you in black hair, brown eyes, and skin the color of earth. They turned you in this direction. We want you to know that we urgently gathered to welcome you here. We came bearing gifts to celebrate. From your mother's house, we brought poetry, music, medicine makers, stubbornness, beauty, tribal leaders, and a yard filled with junk cars, and the gift of knowing how to make them run. We carried tobacco and cedar, new clothes and joy for you. And from your father's house came educators, thinkers, dreamers, weavers, and mathematical genius. They carried a cradle board, hope, white shell, and turquoise for you. We brought blankets to wrap you in and soft beaded moccasins of deerskin. Did you hear us as you traveled from your rainbow house? We called you with thunder, with singing. Did you see us as we gathered in the town beneath the mountains? We were dressed in concern and happiness. We were overwhelmed with awe as you moved through the weft of your mother. Even before you took your first breath, your eyes blinked wide open. Now breathe. And when you breathe, remember the source of the gift of all breathing. And when you walk, remember the source of the gift of all walking. And when you run, remember the source of the gift of all running. And when you laugh, remember the source of the gift of all laughter. And when you cry, remember the source of the gift of all tears. And when you dream, remember the source of the gift of all dreaming. And when your heart is broken, remember the source of the gift of all breaking. And when your heart is put back together, remember the source of all putting back together. Don't forget how you started your journey from that rainbow house, how you traveled and will travel through mountains and valleys of human tests. There are treacherous places along the way, but you can come to us. There are lakes of tears shimmering sadly there, but you can come to us. And valleys without horses or kindness, but you can come to us. and angry, jealous gods and wayward humans who will hurt you. But you can come to us. You will fall and you will get back up again because you are one of us. And as you travel with us, remember this: give a drink of water to all who ask, whether they be plant, creature, human, or helpful spirit. May you always have clean, fresh water. Feed your neighbors. Give kind words and assistance to all you meet along the way. We are all related in this place. May you be surrounded with the helpfulness of family and good friends. Grieve with the grieving, share joy with the joyful. May you build a strong path with beautiful and truthful language. Clean your room. May you always have a home, a refuge from storm, a gathering place for safety, for comfort. Bury what needs to be buried. Laugh easily at yourself. May you always travel lightly and well. Praise and give thanks for each small and large thing. May you grow in knowledge, in compassion, and beauty. Always within you is that day your spirit came to us, when rains came in from the Pacific to bless. Clouds peered over the mountains in response to the singing of medicine plants, who danced back and forth in shawls of mist. Your mother labored there, so young in earthly years, and we who love you gather here. Pollen blows throughout this desert house to bless, and horses run the land, hundreds of them for you, and you are here to bless. I hope you enjoyed this story of love and life journeys, and please consider joining New Hampshire Humanities for an evening of poetry and discussion with U.S. Poet Laureate Joy Harjo. This event will take place on May 3rd, 2021 at 6 p.m. and is free and open to the public. To register for this virtual event, please click the link in the description below. We hope to see you there and back here next month for another episode of Connecting Through Stories.